on a scale of 1 to 10.
That's the real Gorlock?
That is the real Gorlock. Okay, 10.
10. 4.
10.
Okay.
Broke my scale.
7.
Wait, what?
Broke my scale.
Wait, so 10?
Yeah.
Or wait.
She's saying she's off the hook. She's off the hook. She's off the hook scale.
She's off.
20 out of 10.
She's
off
there.
this. Okay, off this. So 11. I'll just write 11.
11's fine.
All right, go ahead, Morgan.
7. 10.
Is that new? Anissa?
Yeah.
Wait, can you scoot your mic that way? Wow, good job. Wait, what? Haven't you said something different before?
Yeah.
What?
But this podcast just made me realize, like, I'm a 10.
He learned her
She does the coffee.
word. Y'all need
Talk
to take
that
some
shit.
notes.
Talk that
right.
fly shit.
Okay, Eric, what about
Fuck it,
you?
I'm a 10 too then. Shit. We all
Period.
fuck that. I'm a 10 now.
Period.
I give myself a 5. Andrew, what about you?
So, I mean, if there's this many 10s at the table, then of course I'm a 10.
Word.
All right.
Well, why are you laughing? Are you saying I'm not a 10?
Oh, no,
Is that
no.
what you're saying? Oh, no. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, if we can just all feel like 10s, then I feel like a 10.
Huh. Okay. So 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Huh. Huh. Okay. All right. A lot of,
I got a question. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What makes you a 10 besides your looks? Everybody.
Wait, but that's the question is.
No, I'm saying I'm asking the
My
different.
Oh, I
aura.
see.
Besides your looks, what makes you a 10?
Well, I don't know if they consider themselves a 10 besides their looks.
No,
Do
I
you?
definitely I would be. I think I have a great personality.
I do.
Way up.
Package,
I'm
total
higher.
package.
So outside of your looks, why you a
Outside of
10?
your looks,
Yes.
what makes you a 10?
My aura.
The fuck?
Nah, I need more context than that.
My energy.
Her energy.
Yeah.
Is
when I
that
walk
a
into the
brand of
room, you know, you
marijuana
feel the
or-
energy.
Yeah,
I think it is. I think that's a pack.
How old are you guys?
Brings a good vibe.
That's a good aura.
Good vibe. Yeah.
Y'all PR skills.
You can tell
is
even
excellent.
she raised her answer, so that's how you know the energy is good in the room.
Say that again.
She even changed her answer about herself, so that's how you know the energy is.
Oh, you think she did it because of your energy?
Everyone's energy.
Yeah, I feel like confident.
I feel like
seeing
everyone's
confident
energy
people
is
can
good.
help you be more confident. Like,
Y'all, these are great. These are real cute, sexy answers, but you really didn't answer it. I need something specific, like your work ethic, your discipline, your heart, your charisma. Like what?
everything.
I think
Because
your-
everybody think they got aura
education and
today.
Your knowledge
Yeah.
puts you, like, to me, puts
for
you
sure,
up there
like
for
being
sure.
educated, just
Like,
being
oh,
talented, being
she
just
got
like
a
an open,
degree.
like funny person, and like knowing how to make people like smile. Like I feel like I have good energy that makes me a 10, and it rubs off on
What
other
about
people.
you? What about you? What makes you
Me?
a 10?
Me, my personality,
Okay.
and my ongoing degree learning.
Okay. What about you?
I'm funny.
You are?
Yes.
I've been laughing this whole time.
I'm laughing right now.
Don't you have to actually like be funny to be fun? Like
You want a joke?
Yeah, make us laugh.
I think I can make you guys laugh, like
Alright,
at least by the end of this.
Give me a joke.
Okay, I can't just. I'm not that type of funny.
Make us laugh, funny lady.
Oh, that's from Wedding Crashers. Or well, sort of, kind of. It's
Now,
like
see, that was a joke, right? See how everybody laughed? Your turn.
Bang.
Go
That
ahead.
was funny.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Ooh, you're already fucked up. Okay.
He's laughing right now.
I'm laughing at him.
I made a joke.
Who's there?
Me.
Wow, that was dog shit. I actually
wasn't
want to
done.
end this fucking podcast right now.
She
How
wasn't
bad
done.
that was. I'm gonna walk.
That was the end of
I
it.
wanna walk
I think
out.
you was freestyling.
I don't think she
had
was-
to do
I don't
it.
think
I
she
think she was
was
just freestyling.
I think she had more.
Okay. Knock knock.
What the fuck?
Who's there?
Who's there?
Who's there?
Eric.
What's up? Eric who?
Eric got kicked in the balls.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right, my turn. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
So
You.
Yoo-hoo.
You suck. You suck, and you're boring as shit. You suck.
oh boy.
I'm slamming the door in his face.
Costines donated $200. Hey B, got home from kids chorus and band 8th grade. Get ready for 15 years later for you, it's great. Ask Andrew. Panel, have kids, they are awesome. You will love them so much than you know.
Hey, man, thank you so much for the $200 TTS, man. Really appreciate it. W's in the chat for, we'll just call you PC. We're going to call you PC. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Very generous of you. Good to see you back in the chat. Wait, where were we? The 10 thing. Wait, question. Do you guys agree with this scale? What if I'll start from 1, go down to 10. So 1, butt ugly. 2, unattractive. 3, frumpy or plain. 4, below average. 5, average. 6, above average. 7, pretty. 8, beautiful. 9, gorgeous. 10, absolutely stunning when it comes to looks. Going around the table, those of you who said 10, I want you to say that you're absolutely stunning.
I'm absolutely stunning.
I'm absolutely stunning.
Waiting on you. Waiting on. She didn't say. She didn't say. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I am definitely absolutely stunning in
Okay.
my own eyes.
I'm absolutely stunning.
Anissa, say it.
I'm not.
Why?
Yes, you are.
What did you say?
I'm just joking.
She was messing around with the 10 thing. Well, but everybody else said it. So, how about this? I want you to say that you are among the most beautiful women, one of the most beautiful women in the world. Can you say that?
I feel like there's different
No.
standards
Okay,
of
maybe
that,
I'm a
and that's
9.
different
But
to the
if you're a
eye.
10, sure. Well, there could be women who are like, what's the term? Who are as attractive as you, but if you're a 10, there can't be any women who are more attractive than you.
There's more than 10.
Okay, you're right. You're right. So I give
It could be a class.
I give myself a 9. I give myself a 9.
But the Whatever podcast has the most beautiful women in the world on it. I know this for sure because all you have to do is ask them.
Yeah.
So I don't even understand. I don't even understand the standard here. I mean, obviously, if you're on the Whatever podcast, you're among the elite women of the world, looks-wise, because all women who come on the Whatever podcast say that they're among the elite women of the world, looks-wise.
Wait, how about this? Do you guys think all women are 10s? Those of you who said 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
No.
In like a looks ways
Looks,
or like
just looks,
energy?
just looks.
Back on the standard thing, like I feel like it's different to the naked eye. Like you think something's beautiful, and I might think it's not. You know?
Is every man a 10?
No.
Oh, wow. See how quick. So why is every man
Let's get
immediately
all
not
the
a 10?
responses. Go ahead.
That's crazy.
I agree with her.
With who?
With
Not every man's a 10.
Okay.
well,
Sorry,
like-
no, I'm just
so
saying.
not all women are 10s.
No.
Okay, well,
So there are some women who are 5s.
there are.
Like you can look at a woman
Well-
and be like, she's a mid, she's a 5.
I
But
could
me,
put-
I'm a 10.
I mean,
That's
I
the
could-
thought process.
Okay, no.
That's
I feel
literally
like
okay. Go ahead.
if people were in a different country, they could be 10.
Yeah, let's just talk about the. Wait, what?
Yeah, around the
Like
world.
which country?
I feel like you
Like,
can
Wh-
rate
which
different
country- wait, what-
depending on where you
If a
live.
foreigner, like let's say a black person goes to China, they're a 10. Or like,
Wait, what?
Like a rarity.
okay. It's 'cause they don't see, they don't see, like, if you go to a different country, they're always looking at the people that look like them. Versus
I mean,
like,
yeah, but like when it comes to dating, like this.
oh, dating, we're talking.
Yeah, I mean, like you are. Look, it's a globalized marketplace to some degree because if you're on social media, like you could go and meet somebody in a different country, but like typically the standard for this sort of assessment would be like your sort of immediate geographical area, or at least your country.
Yeah, I
So
don't
on
think
country level, USA.
Okay, I don't think everyone's a 10.
Yeah, and I feel like
Okay.
I understood where she was coming from because you could be a 10 in like LA. I mean, no, you could be like a 10 in like Minnesota and then like a 5 in LA. Like, I feel like it depends where you are.
Well, yeah, but then bringing it back to a global level, everybody has access to the internet.
But
so
like, you're not,
we've all been
you're not
through
gonna meet
because
everybody
even
that you
before
see.
that, I mean, we all have access to the internet. We've all been exposed to mass media. We've seen beautiful people in depictions in commercials, in TV, in film. We know what really, really attractive people look like.
But it's also lies. Like
Yeah.
a lot of it isn't real.
Yeah, and I feel like,
Yeah,
and
'cause
that's
y'all be wearing
exactly why
makeup.
social media like makes us think like there's way more options out there
Lighting,
than we really
editing.
have because yeah, they're on the internet, but you will never meet that person in real life. So it's like,
But we're still talking about just simply comparison.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
Just
comparison.
we have too many people to compare to. So
yeah,
are you a 10 first thing in the morning?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Would you be down later, like at the end of the show, to take your makeup off? All your makeup off?
That's a lot.
Oh, the plot.
I think that's fair.
I think she should still be a 10.
I think that's fair.
Hey, I think so. How you look in the morning? Tell me everything. That's what I like. Who you look like in the morning?
Yeah, they'll do the makeup removal at the end of the show.
So just to be clear, every woman is a 10, but every man is not a 10. That's your final answer?
Not every woman is a 10.
Okay, you smart. I like you.
Do you think every man is a 10?
Hell no, I don't think nobody's a 10. But then, to me, this is my thing. There's a difference between, I'm not about to judge men, but when it comes to women, I think there's women that are pretty and then women that are beautiful. I think when you're beautiful, it's more than just looks. You know what I'm saying? I think beauty is an overall energy, a modesty, a sweetness, and I don't think there's a lot of beautiful women in the world. There's a lot of pretty women, a lot of physically stunning women, but beautiful, I don't think there's a lot of beautiful women in the world, no.
Oh, I wonder.
And I think that there's a lot of women who are just fucking ugly, and there's a lot of men who are ugly too.
Absolutely.
And I think that we're just plainly coping 100% when we do this pretentious pretend thing where you're like, no, every woman's a 10. It's like, come on. You guys judge each other constantly. You sit at a table with a group of women, the very first thing you're doing is comparing your looks to the woman next to you. And then you cope about that too, and you're like, nah, no, I'm not. I am not. I'm not doing. Shut up. Yeah, you are. Of course you are. And the thing is like, no, you can clearly tell when a woman's ugly and when a woman isn't ugly. In fact, I know this because the very first thing I hear women say about other women who they don't like is how ugly they are. It's the very first thing they say. So, I don't know. It just seems like it's coke to me. That's all.
Well, I feel like if a woman was to say, oh, that girl's ugly, they're probably talking about like their personality. Like, why would they just call them ugly, like, for no reason?
Because, no.
Like, no one's going to actually go outside and be
multiple
like...
burn
Unless you're just
victim,
evil.
half her
Yeah.
face is melted, she has a hunchback, right? She's walking around like this, and you're like, she's so beautiful. It's like, stop,
You
just
can
stop.
have a beautiful
Just stop the
soul
coke.
and a
Just
beautiful
stop the coke,
spirit.
right? Stop the coke.
Like, why would you call someone ugly when you haven't spoke to them, though?
Exactly. That's just really
What does
mean.
that have to do with the standard of physical beauty? Ugly has not... Listen, you can say a person's ugly on the inside or beautiful on the inside. That's fine. But we're not talking about whether or not your emotions are beautiful, all right? We're talking about whether or not you physically are beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, perhaps you could do that whole, stupid thing with the bag blowing in the wind and say, oh, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, right? It's not, though. It's just an ugly-ass fucking bag blowing in the wind. So the thing is, like, ultimately, I just want to know this. Do you guys ever look at a woman's physical appearance and think she's unattractive? By a show of hands.
Especially in your business.
Show of hands, do you ever look at a woman and think in your head, that woman's not very attractive? Show of hands.
I mean, I feel like I do for
Yeah, right,
for
right. So,
everybody,
hang on.
though. It's not
show
just a
of hands.
woman
Now,
thing.
let's
For
do this.
no
Hang on.
reason?
Hang on. Let's do a show of hands for this. Show of hands if you would ever lie, right, about whether or not you have ever judged whether a woman is attractive or not. Show of hands for that, too.
Lie?
Wait, if you would ever lie?
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean?
All right.
I didn't get the sentence.
Oh, wait, there was something. There's something about. Whatever. We'll do the makeup thing in a bit. We have a few more chats, but related to this. Techno Trooper, ladies, can you define healthy masculinity?
Is there any healthy masculinity? I don't know.
Yeah.
Makes-
Planning the date.
Makes the world go round?
Yeah.
Chivalry.
Okay, chivalry. Okay. Anybody?
Being a provider.
And
That-
a protector.
That's
Yep.
paying the bills.
Paying the
That's
bills.
that's all we are. Is
ATM.
Someone who's
Is
solid
ATM
with
Backs and
themselves.
banks. That's it.
I think
Protection.
it's like a
Protecting
balance
you.
in yourself too, like the feminine and masculine. You can't be over dominated in one area.
Is there a positive attribute of a man that he has that doesn't directly benefit you that you value?
Their knowledge
Okay.
for themselves, because if
How
they
they treat
know how to
others.
survive and they know how to go about life and stuff.
Okay. What about you?
Their ambition.
You can benefit from his ambition.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
What is something that he does that doesn't benefit you at all that you can admire about him?
I don't think women can think like that.
How he treats
Just did.
That's a crazy thing to say.
The only no. Like really, when you look at men, You are only looking at how can I benefit.
That's not true.
I think it's vice versa, though.
I feel like you should be a good person.
Are you guys not like, oh, this person have my child, and can this person take care of me?
Exactly.
How are
You
they
want them
gonna
to be a
treat
good
me?
father, so you have to think about things that go beyond what benefits you. What's going to benefit your child? What's going to benefit your family?
I mean, you can have attributes that don't benefit me or my child at all. That's still positive. I can admire about you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, is there anything about men that's not directed to his protection? I'm not connected to his protection and his ability to provide for you that you still can admire about a man that doesn't include something that's done for you.
Self-discipline.
Okay, that's a good answer. I respect that.
I like that one.
For sure.
Although, wouldn't that still benefit? Like,
It
okay,
can.
he's like in really good shape,
No.
and he's more.
But
physical.
self-discipline don't
won't
necessarily
do
mean it
drugs.
could
He get
be
addicted to
self-discipline
drugs.
and how you react to things. It's a lot of ways that self-discipline can be expressed.
Sure. Okay. Morgan, can you read this one?
Yeah. Sorry, ladies, but Morgan is the highest in looks at the table, and she's only a 7.
What kind of backhanded compliment is that?
I know.
Well,
I said 7.
okay.
Oh, because you called yourself a 7. I was like, why
Dragon's
would you-
Talon, thank you for the $100 super chat. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
him.
And then we have, I think Lucas. Oh, he just sent it in. One sec. Where is it? Yeah. Yo, Bearded Fetus, thank you for the gifted 5 subs. I do really appreciate it. We have Lucas here coming in. Anissa, I'm going to have you read this one.
The circular logic that percolates in their head fascinates me. I ran my stats through the Delulu calculator, 0.0013%. Granted, I'm already married, but if I wasn't, why would I wife any of you up?
That's an interesting question. Here, he has a follow-up, though, and then I'll let you guys answer that. Go ahead.
Can we see what he looked like?
Continued. Are you submissive? Are you virtuous? Are you blonde and hot?
Oh, I'm not going to answer
Do
this
you
question.
have impeccable integrity and loyalty? Do you have impeccable etiquette and behave like a traditional lady? Let the spin begin.
So the question was, why would he, but you can take this as, why should a man wife any of you up? Starting with you.
Well, I'm not blonde, so maybe I'm not your type.
Yeah, well, so disregard that part, but like,
But that
let's just
matters.
assume, like, why should any man wife you
Well,
up?
first of all, if he's attracted to me, then he won't care about my hair color and.
Okay, disregard that.
Ooh,
forget the
I'm
blonde.
Not his type,
Forget the
so there's
yeah.
nothing I say could win you over.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Yeah, so for the
idea
third
is really
time.
super simple. It's super simple.
you're saying
the idea
outside
here
of
is just,
physical attractiveness.
this man, the man checks all your boxes. He has lots of money.
Okay,
He's really
perfect.
handsome. He checks all the boxes for you.
Okay.
All right? Why should he wife you up?
Because I'm one of one.
Yeah, everybody's one of one, though, so that doesn't make you unique at all.
I think she's
the most unique.
No, but everybody is a one of one.
Yeah.
But like,
So that's everybody can bring that to the table.
Except for twins.
that's true. But like, everybody is different, and
Good
somebody
job.
who wants you is gonna like you for like different.
Yeah, let's let
reasons.
her answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. The list just goes on too long.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. We'll listen to the very long list.
Can't wait. I'm at the edge of my seat.
Because I'm amazing.
Yeah, how are you amazing?
I'm gonna sound cocky.
Yeah, how are you amazing though?
Girl, hype yourself up.
Well, I don't know. I've been living my best life ever since.
What does that mean,
could
living your
remember.
best life?
Like, just making my goals become a reality. And I would think that if somebody sees me living a successful life, they would want to be a part of it. Likewise, if I see somebody living a successful life, why not be a part of
Okay,
it?
sure.
Together, we could be stronger and grow.
What
get married,
else?
have kids.
What else?
What else?
Yeah, so okay, you're successful. What else?
Hardworking, self-efficient, confident,
Self-efficient, confident. Okay, anything else?
smart,
Smart. Okay.
wise,
Wise. Okay.
healthy,
Healthy.
beautiful.
Is smoking weed healthy?
Yes, it is.
Actually,
I don't.
A lot of people do.
smoking aspect maybe
Smoking weed.
A lot of
there's
people do other things too that aren't healthy, but hey,
facts.
not talk about
Okay, so, but question: when you want to get married, right?
Yes.
You want to have kids?
Yes.
How many kids?
as many God blesses me with.
Okay, and do you want to be working, or do you want to stay at home?
I think I'll always work. I'm thankful that I work from home, so I'll probably always continue that, but I don't want to work like no 9 to 5.
Okay. So you do want to continue working even like when you're pregnant and like a week before
Probably
you
a
give
little
birth?
less,
And,
but I'll always have my own businesses, and making money in my sleep is always the goal.
Okay. All right.
So around the table, why would the perfect guy for you want to wife you up?
I'm the same person
just-
without them
hold
as I
on.
am with them. Oh,
We'll go.
I thought she
boom,
finished.
boom, boom, boom. Go ahead.
I'm educated, I'm successful, very independent. I feel like I'm very motivational, and I feel like I could be very like inspiring, and like I said, like I have good energy and it rubs off on others, and I feel like that would rub off on my husband, and I see myself like being with somebody that I could uplift. Like I'm a very like positive, uplifting person. I will also say, you know, like I could cook. I feel like guys like that. I would clean. Like I feel like I just I can play into like my domestic role or my domestic side as like a wife. And yeah, I'm loyal. I'm funny. Yeah, those are mine.
What about you?
I'm the same person myself as I would be with them. Like, I'm not gonna put on a show
So
to
you're
be with the man or
okay,
something.
genuine.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Genuine. I have ambition. I have a future. I have good ideologies, virtues. I try to make as good choices as I can.
Okay. What about you?
For the ideal partner that checks everything for me, with that like motherly nature and that caring aspect, right? Playing in your domestic and being the caretaker to them also. I'm knowledgeable, so I come with my own like skills and things I've learned in life that can potentially help each other in the relationship.
Lily, what about you?
So, someone should wife me up because it is a blessing to be in my presence. And bro, what?
Stop it. Get some help.
Crazy. Okay.
Yes. So it's
yeah. I haven't felt I've been in your presence for the past 3
Well,
hours. I'm
not trying to wife you up, so
She's gonna wife.
yes.
Wife you.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'll uplift you, I'll motivate you, inspire you to believe in yourself and reach for your goals. I'm smart and I'm kind.
That was beautiful. That was really touching, heartwarming to hear from all of you guys.
I need a tissue.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Lucas, for the chat. I don't know. Some of the things I heard in there were like decent, I guess. But like a lot of you said, like, "Oh, I'm ambitious, I'm successful." You guys realize men don't really care about that at all.
That's true, but
I
like
didn't
it
know
will
that.
help benefit like you know our family, our future legacy together. So
This new generation too of men
You're
are like,
into the mic.
this new generation of men too are like, what do you come to the table with?
Yeah.
And I ask them
It's not
about our
money, though.
profits. Yeah, no.
not
I
money.
literally had somebody the other day who was trying to pursue me, be like, you know, I've already done the work. Da da da. If somebody wants to settle down, I'll be the stay-at-home person, and they can work. And I was like, what?
that's a man that wants to be the
'cause
prize.
Someone said that to me too before. They're like,
I was like-
how would you feel if I was a stay-at-home dad? I was like, hell no.
I mean, I'll go ahead and grant that there are some, probably very few men who have this attitude, but there's even fewer women who would even be willing to be in that sort of
Yeah, I walked away.
dynamic.
That's crazy.
Really quick, going back to the rating thing, we have a follow-up question on this. Do you think you'll be better looking? So better your looks. Will they be better in 10 years' time? You're 24. Will you be better looking at 34?
Yes, because I'll have more money.
Okay. 20 years' time at 44?
Yeah, facelift.
Okay. 30 years' time at 54?
Oh, wait, what was the question? I'm always going to get better looking, yeah.
Yeah, so will you be better looking at 64 then, in 40 years' time?
Okay, maybe right now is my prime.
Wait, now's your prime in 20. You just said you'll be better looking in 10 years at 34.
I think I'll be equally as gorgeous.
It's a totally different answer. You need to lay off the weed. So
I
okay.
answered it wrong. I changed my answer, sorry.
Okay, so you'll be just as good looking
Yeah.
in 10 years. How about 20 years' time? Equally as good looking?
Yeah.
30 years, equally as good looking?
Yes.
40 years equally as good looking.
Probably until I'm 75, then.
That's your peak. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, I feel
Probably.
like people start getting ugly at like 60, 70.
Yeah, just the 60s and not earlier. It's like you stay the exact same.
It depends.
For 40 years.
It
Like
depends on
no
your
aging.
lifestyle.
It's like no aging, 40 years, and then like
All of a sudden.
in a 3-week period, you just it's over.
Some people
So I
look
better
better
be
as they
wiped up by
age.
then.
Yeah. You're 26, better looking in 10 years time at 36.
I do think, yes, I
Okay.
would look better.
Better looking in 20 years time at 46.
I think I'll still be the same around like 30s. So,
Okay.
You know.
Same or better looking in 30 years time at 56.
Same. My mom is beautiful and she's
Okay.
56.
For 40 years time, 66.
No, I think that's
Okay.
when my beauty was.
All right. You're 35, better looking in 10 years time at 45.
I don't think so.
Okay. And then were you better looking 10 years ago at 25 versus now?
I don't think so.
Better looking now at 35 versus 25?
I think so.
Were you obese or?
I was
Oh.
overweight. I've lost
Okay.
like half my body weight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
And at 4'10", that means a lot.
Uh-huh.
Or 4'9", or whatever. Okay, you're 24, better looking in 10 years time at 34.
Yes.
Okay.
I think with age comes like change in elegance and also like that maturity and like the style change. So
Okay, 20 years time at 44. Better looking?
better looking, or I feel like still looking good. Like you taking care of yourself.
Better looking. Or you could, it can be
I can make
better
myself
looking
better looking.
or
I can go-
just as good looking.
I feel like just as good looking.
Okay.
Or I can get plastic surgery. You can do that. I'm
Sure,
just-
30 years
Right.
time
You
at
could get plastic
54.
surgery.
Yeah, exactly. People could do that.
30 years time at 54.
54. Still good looking.
Yeah, not the question is like either better looking.
Or still looking the same, right? That's what you said earlier.
Yeah, but the question, it's not still looking, because you can be 30, 40, 50 and still be attractive.
Yeah.
That's not the question. The question is, will you be as attractive or more attractive in 10, 20, 30 years time?
We're at 55, 54.
54, yeah, in 30 years time.
I think I'll still be looking attractive.
Do I have to repeat the question a third time?
We look better.
Apparently, maybe. Better or still attractive.
Still as
attractive.
The operative word as is very important. Yes, you can still be attractive at 50, 60. I'm not asking if you'll still be attractive. Will you be as attractive as you are now?
At 55 or 54, I hope so. I don't know. Time will tell.
All right. You're 24. Will you be better looking in 10 years' time at 34?
Yes.
20 years' time at 44?
Yes.
30 years' time, 54?
Yes.
40 years at 64?
Yes.
50 years at 74?
Yes.
60 years at 84?
Yes.
70 years at 94?
Yeah.
All right, you're actually...
I don't know what drink you taking, but I want that shit because
Can you close the door,
your
Damon?
confidence is crazy.
Yeah, that was obviously a troll answer, but okay. Do we have? You have the photos, Damien? Do we have 2 batches or just
Are they gonna take us and make us alone?
just one? Okay, so keep an eye if we get a second batch. Okay. Yeah. It's like so bad faith. Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Y'all
better.
better not have me looking like Sammy Davis Jr. Because y'all, I don't know what the hell that be.
Wait, what?
Yep. All right, we have age advanced you, all of you guys, and
Nah.
Ooh, look at somebody's mama.
No. How old is she there?
yikes.
You look like a Karen.
Yikes. Okay, next.
Oh, she's still cute. Look like my granny.
Who did he? Okay. All right. Next. You also made. Whoa.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's 10
Hey,
years?
that's the look you got.
Wait,
on
yeah,
me.
how many years is this?
Is
on?
that age 10?
Next.
In 10 years? Oh, I look cute.
Hey, all right.
How'd you get the post?
I'm like a
Okay,
little
next.
old Asian lady.
Yikes.
You don't look that bad either.
You became.
You saying yikes like we like
You have like
ugly.
no wrinkles.
We
on
still
your
cute
face.
though. Like,
I feel like
Making
on
no
the
wrinkles.
right, you look like a Titan from Attack on Titan. Do you know what I mean? Wow. Do you know, chat? Do you know what I mean, bro?
Wait, I didn't even see this until before, but you're right. She does. She looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan. It's true.
Wait, hold on. I'll find a thing. Next.
Ew.
Oh God.
Wait, maybe I should put. Morgan.
How old is she supposed to be?
Hold on,
Yeah,
stay here for a
Morgan
sec.
changed.
Like the one on the right, I feel like that's somebody that you just see at Trader Joe's.
Wait, yeah.
Like I've seen her at Trader Joe's all the time. Okay, next.
Wow, you
I
look
feel
kind
like
of the
mine was the
same.
worst.
You look kind of the same. Though.
I'm not gonna age well.
She looks less Asian.
Are you Asian?
As she
Yeah, I'm half.
Oh, okay.
she kind of became Mexican a little. I don't know. Does anybody else see it? She became Mexican.
Got a little sauce
like a little
in there.
Mexican all of
Yeah,
a
it's a
sudden.
little
All right, what else
Mexican.
we got?
They always got me looking
Oh,
crazy.
my goodness, bro.
Y'all don't look nothing like me, man.
It's like so.
Yeah, it
we
does.
can somebody
No, it
wait?
don't.
Can somebody do
I got my
like,
father on my phone. He don't look like
Who's that guy with the deep voice? The actor Morgan. Wait.
Morgan
That's
Freeman.
famous Amos
Yeah.
the Cookie Man.
Can
That
you
is not
guys
me.
can you guys make him look like with the spots?
Freckles.
AJ Moore.
They should do
Freckles.
you.
Nah.
Yeah,
Do,
where's yours
do we
at?
have more?
Oh, you
My
gonna
bad.
do
Let's
this?
see yours.
Do we have more?
You're
Oh,
the last
boy.
one.
We got more? Oh yeah, of course. I mean,
Get that out of here.
obviously.
Nah.
Obviously. Next. Oh. There you go. Yeah. Is another batch came through or? All right. So can you keep an eye if another batch comes through? And yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Really? So, oh wait, we didn't do the like. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. We have to pull it back up. I messed up.
Please
Pull it back up.
don't.
Pull it back
Please
up
don't.
from the beginning.
Fine,
My
we
bad.
remember.
Did we say like what age that was?
No, they
How
just
to
make
find
I'm gonna
it?
guess like 50
Like
something.
20. That's like 20.
sure, like
that's like
100
20
years.
He
years.
started having gray hairs. I don't
Pull
know
it back
if that was
up?
like 20 years.
A little smaller, I think.
They
We gotta
made
go a
me
little.
have no
Okay, so
neck.
question.
For sure getting a
Question.
necklace.
Question.
What the fuck is that?
Question. Are you better looking on the younger on the left or older on the right? So
Left.
okay, so better looking younger. Okay, next. Which one? Better looking?
Yes, younger.
Okay. Next.
Oh
Well,
my
you-
God.
I mean, you said.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to like. Can we?
Make her younger.
We gotta make her younger because she says she's better looking now.
You like a murderer or something.
You do that.
Yeah. Like I look like I've been.
Killing.
Yeah.
Next.
Eating.
Oh my gosh, you know how you look
I
like?
aged like fine wine.
Younger?
Orange is the new black.
Right.
Which
I
one?
feel like the same. Like I feel like
Yeah,
I
you-
still
yeah,
look
you-
good.
All right, next.
I don't remember her name either.
Okay, you caught me.
I don't feel like we look horrid.
Right, we don't look that bad.
All right. Okay. All right. You know what though, Andrew? We've tangled a bit on the plastic surgery thing, and I feel like perhaps my views on plastic surgery. I've actually been seeing some videos of some really remarkable, like kind of passing plastic surgery where it's not apparent, and it's like full facelift, and like maybe I'm just basing this off of like plastic surgery I saw like a decade ago where it's like clearly they have plastic surgery. To me it looked botched. It was very obvious that they had plastic surgery. But some of the procedures now are actually, I'm still not in favor of the plastic surgery, but they're actually pretty advanced, or perhaps the changes that have been made in the field are very advanced. I'm still against plastic surgery, but it is pretty remarkable some of the stuff that they are doing, to the point where some of these procedures that are pretty significant, the results are good, is what I'm trying to get at. So it made me kind of rethink my position a little bit. I still have objections to plastic surgery, but the results do seem to actually can be good. Whereas before I was just like, they're botched as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's surgery dependent, though, right? So it depends on what type. I don't think the Brazilian butt lift ever looks good. Ever
like
on anybody.
so I don't like the implant shit, like BBL and fake tits, but like any of the face stuff. Like I saw this video of this woman who'd like totally transformed her face, and it looked pretty good, I guess.
You don't like BBLs, Brian?
You do?
I mean, it depends on, no, listen. I don't like implants. I don't like surgery. I like natural
BBL is
period.
natural.
But a BBL is really just shifting weight into a different place. So it's like, I don't deem it as bad. I think it's dangerous to the woman's body because a lot of women, that's a major surgery. But I don't look at a BBL as implants.
You got to work for it.
They look like they shit their pants, bro.
Looks like
some people got fucked up
like
BBLs, but some people look good as hell with them shits. It just
The
depends on
skinny
what it is.
BBL, the natural BBLs, can't even tell they got work done.
It's cheating.
It's definitely cheating.
It might be
work for
cheating,
it.
yeah, but
Work
it's
for
not to
that
say
shit.
like,
But
does it look good?
Work for that shit.
Okay, but they're paying for it. Like
You can't get a big butt.
You have a BBL?
no,
You have anything?
no,
So wait, I don't understand. They're paying for it? So
no. Like you're saying, work for that shit. They worked in a different way. They used their money to pay for their BBL.
No, I mean like physically work for it.
Like everybody
Some
can't
things
get
you
the
can't
perfect
get.
body.
You can't make your breast bigger. You can't make your butt bigger.
Right.
You can exercise. You can make your butt bigger.
Slightly.
Yeah, like
You
all the
definitely
people are
can't make
built
your
the
breast
same way.
bigger.
No, well, yeah, breasts you can't do anything
But
about.
what about those women who got them messed up?
you can
know
get
that.
fat.
But you know them funny. Now we all know about them funny shaped Snapple bodies.
Snap?
You know, the heavy top and the small bottom. There's nothing they can do. I don't care how much they work out. They need a miracle. So some women, I feel like it's justified because one thing about women I've learned, if they don't feel pretty, bruh, there's nothing you can tell them until they feel like they're pretty. Like that's a whole different dynamic. I don't think we understand. Women gotta feel pretty in her own eyes for her to feel confident.
that's true.
Why are you against it? Like
Against what? Plastic
Plastic
surgery?
surgery.
I mean,
I'm
there's a
against
couple.
plastic
There's a couple reasons. From a there's the dating perspective where it's like, okay, a woman who's like so insecure to the point that she's going to like go under the knife and spend thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. One, that's a financial liability in the relationship, especially if she's looking at me to be the provider. If I'm going to be with her for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, she's going to be looking at me to be like continuously like having this sort of upkeep for her, which could otherwise be better spent on like vacations or the kids or something like this. Also, it's just like it's proxy or an indicator for mental illness. If you're like so insecure about your appearance that you're like, okay, I'm going to spend all this money and do a dangerous surgery where I could die for vanity, then yeah, there's like kind of something. You could have body dysmorphia or dysphoria. Dysmorphia. You've got body dysmorphia. It's just, and then from an aesthetic perspective, still related to dating, I typically don't find I don't think fake boobs look good. They don't feel good. BBL doesn't. I'd rather like. I say this all the time on the show, but I'll just repeat it quickly. I'd prefer a girl with like A cup or nothing or B cup over like the perfect
nothing.
So you don't like boobs?
No, big boobs are cool too, but like what? I mean, I could get into the details on this, but I'd prefer like A cup over like perfect fake titties. I'd prefer like a flat bum over like the BBL or whatever. I'd prefer a little bit of belly fat over the lipo belly. I just think it looks weird. And then there's a labiaplasty too. Oh, like no upper lip versus the lip filler. Don't like it. So yeah.
So is that like your type, like your favorite body type to see is like flat titties, flat ass, flat lips, like everything just flat?
No, I mean, I do actually think that like big boobs are good. Big butt is
like
good.
natural.
Like
You just like
a
the
woman-
natural big boobs, natural big butt.
Yeah, I like natural and like plump lips. Those are good too, I guess. But I mean, also I care more about like, I mean, looks fade. And if this is going to be like the person I'm spending my life, obviously I care about looks, but like there are things that are like way more important than just like, okay, you've got a fat ass, whatever. Like, and also I'm a labia guy. Like I'm not a boob guy. I'm not a butt guy. I'm a labia
You just
guy.
like to get straight to the
Like
coochie.
I only, yeah, like
But wait,
large
so-
labia.
But you don't like to eat it though.
That's
That's
What-
crazy.
How's that matter? why?
I'm just saying, you like
You like
look at
labia,
it,
but you
like,
don't
look
eat
at it.
pussy.
I'm just getting to know. I'm trying to get to know.
sus, man. That's a little sus.
How? It's a woman. How's it sus when we talking
Not
about
eating
women?
pussy is sus.
Hang on,
that is sus.
Wait a second. It's like think of it like a wedding cake from Brian's angle, okay? Wedding cakes are beautiful to look at, but they don't taste very fucking good, right? So nice to look
The
at,
wrong one.
but nobody wants to eat a piece of wedding cake. It never tastes good. Wedding cake never tastes good. So that's Brian's position.
That's Brian's position. That's Brian's position. But
Each his own.
yeah, I mean, like boobs don't really care about like nice butt. Sure, it's like labia, butt, boobs, in that order.
But how do you know what somebody's labia looks like when you first meet them?
He's just looking at it. He's not doing
I
nothing.
mean, you could like, I mean, maybe she's sending you a picture beforehand.
Oh, before you guys have sex?
Sure, why not?
So the labia is the lips.
That's the pussy
Or the
lips.
clitoris.
It's the flower.
It's the
It's the
lips.
bloom.
Mostly the lips. Yeah.
So you like just looking at pretty vaginal lips. That's like the thing.
But not
The
eating.
way you say it, dude.
But not eating.
It's a woman. We talking about a woman. It's nothing gay about
No,
talking
I'm
about
not
a
saying
woman.
it's gay. It's just kind of funny. Like,
I mean, you said you're a labia guy,
I'm
but
a
you don't
labia
want to
guy.
eat it, but you just want to look at it. That's funny to me.
well, it's also look. It's not just. I can't believe I have to actually. I'm going to articulate this. There is a difference, not just visually too. I'll just say that.
So you think the lips affect the feeling?
A little, yeah. There's a bit of a different
I
feeling.
you like
bet.
fat
I
lips?
don't agree.
You like
Oh,
fat
okay.
lips.
How about this? If you're kissing a girl with like thin, this is different. Like the mouth, lips.
Okay.
If you're kissing a girl with super thin lips versus like really plump big lips, there's a difference, right? Right?
It depends on what I'm doing.
You're
Now,
Kissing.
I'm kissing you.
Kissing.
It's more to me. I don't want to get graphic, but of course, it's lips. It's a lot of tongue work. So lips don't really determine how you move that tongue. That's one. Two, when I'm dealing with I'm just saying it's my opinion.
but I'm not talking about tongue. I'm just like
But I'm saying, but when it comes to kissing, to me, tongue matters more than just lips.
No. But I'm
To
just
me.
talking
But I
about the
feel
lips.
like
Like
if
there's
you
a
have
different
lips,
feeling.
you
Like
can
it
kiss
feels different.
But when it comes to penetrating, them lips don't determine how good it feels.
When they're sucking dick.
You can have that too. But I'm talking about if you're having sex with a woman, the size of her lips doesn't mean the sex is going to be good. Is what I'm saying. You can have fat vaginal
No,
lips and
I'm not.
the
Yeah,
coochie not good.
Yeah, you can have great. Look, I date women with innies too. You can have good sex with women with innies.
Of course.
That's not. I'm not. That's
What's an innie?
not what I'm saying.
Okay. No, so I'm trying to say.
It's
So
not a
explain to me what you're trying to say as far as like the benefit of the big lips opposed to not. Like what do you get out of the lips
Oh, man,
besides visual?
You get it.
You like if you just like how it look, that's cool too.
No, most of it is visual. Most
Okay.
of it is visual, but there is a bit of a difference in feeling.
A little suction action,
A little grippage.
a little grippage. Okay.
grippage.
I don't think lips determine the grip, but hey,
No, it's a grippage. Lips that grip.
I think they're
that-
making the grip.
lips can slip too.
So fat.
Grip
I
is
think they're
also on
making
the
a grip.
inside
Like
too.
I don't think the lips are.
Yeah,
The
like-
grip is behind the lips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The grip is the vagina.
Yeah, that's the gums.
Y'all
you know?
never heard lips that grip.
they're making a grip.
The
my
pussy
God, I
is what's
can't believe I'm
gripping.
talking
Yeah,
It definitely was
I feel
gripping.
like fat coochie lips for sure. Like probably feel a little different.
look
than,
good in
like,
sweats.
thin Coochie lips.
It don't mean it's good. You know what I'm saying? Other ways.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy.
It's never the girl with the craziest body that got the good sex if we want to keep it a buck.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
they be saying like
The
BBL
girl with like the
stuff.
crazy big nice body don't always have the best sex. It's really them petite ones that
They say
are rocking the
BBL
world.
stink like BBL
Yeah,
coochies
believe it.
or something like that.
Oh, wait. Let's pull. Since we're on the topic right now, do you have that? Make sure it's on the picture of the guy like prior to surgery. I want to see the transformation. Can you pull that up? Also, did any more? Okay, we'll do that in a sec here. Let's see the surgery guy first, though. All right, ladies, tell us what you think. Here's a guy getting surgery on his face, I think.
Like current surgery or before and after?
You'll see.
Carlo.
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh, I seen this.
All right, next.
Oh.
Go back.
Wow.
That jaw implant will do it to you.
Next.
It was a jaw. And that
One
was
more
it.
time.
And his
And
lips?
then go back.
That's
his
what Jack
nose?
Harlow did.
That's that's a pretty big transformation.
Yeah, so what
That's
is that?
wild.
A jaw extension or some shit?
I think he got a chin implant, and then he got some filler in his jaw.
Yeah.
You know they got height surgeries too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's weird as hell to me.
That's
That seems scary.
why can't people just be happy? All right, here's the cards I'm dealt. You know, do what you can to improve yourself naturally. You know, like.
But you got to
Some
think
people
that
have
comes with
means
confidence in
beyond.
yourself. Like we live in a
Yeah.
country unless you're very emotionally and intellectually developed. It's a lot of people that buckle under that societal pressure that you gotta have this, you gotta look like that. Like everybody's not that strong, bro.
That's true. That's true. But I just see this like creeping when it comes to like all the makeup usage,
Thanks.
the cosmetic usage, the plastic surgery. It's like this constant creep. Like 20 years ago, it was super rare for like a young girl. Like when I say like young girl, like between 18 to 25 to do anything plastic surgery. Anything. Super rare.
Because they
Now
can
it's-
monetize it now.
Now it's super common for women to be getting filler. That used to be Botox. That used to be for like 40 and 50-year-olds.
Absolutely.
Now like women in their 20s are getting this shit. And there's this fucking creep. when I say creep, like this creep of you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's because of social media and the fact that now you can monetize that. Because now a girl who's very attractive, she could just start a social media account and get OnlyFans and get rich. So the effort they would put into getting a degree or going to school, now they putting that effort into just changing their body for a career. So I think it's because of the times we live in.
Yeah.
It's easy to get your body done than to go to school to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
But it's not.
And you could probably make them more money too.
I don't know. I mean, I understand the appeal because like there's a lot of privilege when it comes to being good looking. Like there's a lot of benefits that being attractive confers when it comes to finding a boyfriend, finding a girlfriend, just in life in general. That you know, if they've done studies, like people who are better looking, they get paid more, they end up doing better. Pretty privilege, exactly. So, but I don't know. It's just
OnlyFans, man.
I don't know.
Y'all, any OnlyFans
I don't think anybody
enthusiasts in here?
Enthusiast.
Like, I'm being funny, but y'all do OnlyFans? Anybody
I
do
don't think
OnlyFans?
anybody here does OF. It kind of looks like you're making a face. What's going on there? Are you a stripper or something?
No, I like used to, but I stopped.
We got one.
No,
Used to.
We don't have one.
Not active though.
How long was you OnlyFans?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh God.
Did you did other kind of sex work like escorting?
I mean, you don't gotta do nothing nasty to be OnlyFans. Some girls just be baking cookies in their drawers or some shit. So
Yeah, I was just real cute with it, you know, like just little sexy thirst trap pictures and stuff.
I'm gonna have you read this chat, maybe a little later on
today.
the show. Perhaps a good place to start is, what did you guys disagree on during the podcast?
Well, I think primarily our focus was on feminist ideals and the optimal ways to raise families. So I'm happy to kind of dive in on that if you'd like.
Sure, yeah.
So that we're not speaking past each other. When you define feminism, would you define it as the pursuance of egalitarianism between men and women?
Yes.
No other real qualifiers?
Not for me. I do think it's difficult to define because I think that everyone kind of has their own definition. So when talking about it, it's difficult to like discuss feminism as like a monolithic thing. But yeah, I think it's a good working definition.
If it's a movement towards egalitarianism, this would imply that there was not egalitarianism, and so feminism was set in opposition to patriarchy.
Yes, I would agree.
Okay, so that's an entailment we can agree to.
Yeah.
So I'd like to start with a basic argument before I move to larger arguments. My first argument, my first objection, is what I call an equal force objection. Men are the enforcement arm of society. And because they are the enforcers of rights, and I don't believe that rights exist as an objective standard, but rather they're a social construction of the mind, what I think we actually have is what's called force, right? So force are rights. That's all rights really can be, because the entailment of a right is it's only as good as who can enforce it. I do not believe that women can enforce their own rights and that only men can enforce their rights, and so therefore I do not believe egalitarianism is possible, nor should it be something that we move towards.
So you think that men are the enforcement arm in the sense that they enforce rights or our conception of rights, or are you arguing that they're the enforcement arm as in like they're enforcing law and order?
Well, let's
rule
back
of law?
up to make sure that we're not speaking past each other again.
Okay.
So rights, you would agree, are not a tangible thing, but they're just a conception. They're
I agree with
a
that.
social construction.
Yes.
So if you are to have a right, an entitlement, absent a duty, if we can define a right as that, then what you're really talking about is force. You're talking about having force to make sure that you have this entitlement. That would be necessary. And so when I'm talking about force, I'm saying that men have the monopoly on force. And because they have a monopoly on force, anytime they so choose, they can take the rights away from women, but it's never possible the other way around.
I guess I would disagree that rights are only upheld through force. Like in this day and age, I think that it's easy to say that hypothetically men could turn against women and use like brute strength and brute force to take away rights, but I think that
Sorry.
it's okay. I think that we have a pretty
Are you mocking her, Brian?
a pretty well-founded legal system that we used to uphold rights, or you know, our conception of rights, I think I would disagree that rights are only force. I do agree that they are a social construction.
Your legal system is force.
I mean, the legal system, yes, it's force. It's coercion, but I think...
no, it's not just coercion. It's force. So if absent you doing whatever the legal system determines you must do, what is the remedy?
I mean, that's a good point. I just think that... Do you think that rights are enforced, like, physically? Like,
yes.
Do you think that men... Okay.
Physically.
Could you give me an example of that? Because I think I don't really fully understand.
If you want to make an appeal that your rights are in some way being taken away from you, or your rights in some way are being violated, who would you make the appeal to?
Supreme Court? I don't know.
And so let's assume whoever you make this appeal to on a court agrees with you. They're going to be able to use the power of their office to appeal to brute force in order to defend or take your right away. So if I want to send you to prison, I'm taking your rights away, right? Does that require force? Physical force?
Yes.
And does it require physical force to keep you there?
Yeah, I would say that taking someone to prison and keeping someone in prison does require physical force. But I mean, I guess abortion rights, it's a very recent... I fail to see how the right to get an abortion, maybe not the right, because obviously punishing someone who performs an illegal abortion involves taking someone to prison, but how is the right to an abortion upheld by physical force?
Well, because if you go to get an abortion, okay, and somebody comes in to stop you from getting an abortion, meaning they're going to stop you from exercising that right, if that's a right you believe you have, wouldn't you make an appeal to men with guns to come in and stop them from stopping you from doing that?
Okay, I think I understand what you mean now. I think I didn't fully understand what you mean. But, in that case, women can train to use weaponry and use guns. I mean, we have weaponry now that can kind of fill the gap between men and women's...
Everything comes down to actual physical force. And let me explain what I mean. There's not one time in history, ever, that you can point to where women have been able to collectively use force in order to dominate men. However, every point in history I can almost point to where men can and have done that. And the opposite cannot be true. Meaning that if men in even small collectives decide to take the rights away from women, there's not actually anything women can do about it. However, if women mildly and collectively, or in a small or large collective, try to take the rights away from men, there is something they can do about that.
But I do think that would require somehow taking weaponry out of the picture. I mean, but...
You don't need to take weaponry out of the picture. Weapons require strength to use. Those who are strong can use them better. Not only that, field equipment weighs a lot, right? Equipment in general weighs a lot. You also have the endurance problem, the skeletal problems. You have the heat regulation problems. The distinctions between men and women are incredible. And so when you look at a force applicator, men have a monopoly on force. By the way, I can demonstrate this pretty easy. Western nations have become more egalitarian than they ever have been. You would agree, right?
Yeah.
But who still stays predominantly in these enforcement positions?
I mean, predominantly, yes, but
Why?
Women... Well, obviously, I totally agree with you that there is a physical difference between men and women, and they are stronger. But I do think that the gap is significantly smaller with weaponry. I don't think it's fully, brought to an equal playing field. But
in other words, if men have weapons and women have weapons, women lose.
I mean, yeah, but there are women in law enforcement.
Yes.
There are female prison wardens, COs, things like that. So
and they are, and while there are some exceptional women, I agree, who can be inside of positions like this, there are some exceptional women. Maybe one day we'll have that first female Navy SEAL. Maybe it'll happen. Okay, it hasn't happened yet, but one day there will be an exceptional Navy SEAL, badass G.I. Jane type chick who can wear the skin-tight leather with the hand grenades and do the ninja kicks. But those are going to be exceptional cases.
I agree that they are exceptional cases, but you're saying, so men are the default enforcement arm of rights, of legal rights, but there are women in those positions, so I fail to see. And
because men can take them away from them collectively whenever they so choose. And they have no recourse, but men always do, which is force.
Collectively, sure, but I mean, there are still exceptions to that, so that there are women in those positions, and by and large, men are stronger than women, but there are weak men and there are strong women. And I feel that, I mean, the exceptions to those cases do present a problem.
But even weaker men, even much weaker men, are still usually stronger than even average women. And this is the problem with equalization. For instance, if you were to have a prison, okay, or, you know, let's try this a different way. Let's say that you were a general in the armed forces, and you had a special forces unit which was compiled of 100% women and one that was compiled of 100% men. And you had a job which you absolutely had to get done. It was critical. It was mission critical. Who would you turn it over to?
I would turn it over to a man.
You turn it over to the men because they would be much more excellent performing those duties than women, right?
Yeah, and I can totally agree with you on that, but I do think that the presence of women in those positions, I mean, they are present in those positions. And also, I guess my question would be, do you think that the enforcement of rights is the most important part of a well-functioning society? Like, do you think that is...
The enforcement of law and order is critical to society. So the Greeks said, without law, there is no freedom, right? You would agree that that's probably true. I don't see how you could really descend into anarchy and have actual freedom. It would just end up in like a slave oppressive, you know, this type of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think that law and the enforcement of law and rights and the enforcement of rights, or duties and the enforcement of duties, are critical to a society. So while I don't believe in the construction of rights because they don't really exist absent force, I do understand that having some kind of core belief towards something can be useful in keeping a cohesive society together. But I don't believe that women are capable of doing that. And so because they're not equal, they cannot be equal because of this. I don't understand why they should have equal rights to vote, why they should have equal rights to men, if they are not in the position where they can actually enforce their own rights, and only men can.
I guess I fail to see how, women cannot physically enforce their own rights, leads to
because
women should not have equal rights, or an egalitarian society is not possible because, I mean, even the way you said it, law and order is only one critical aspect of a well-functioning society. So if that's only one critical aspect, then how can you say, well, this one aspect and the fact that men are going to dominate this one aspect, they're not going to be the sole, you know, that women will exist, but men will dominate this one aspect. How can you say that
because they're always going to be making the appeal to men for those rights, and there's no way around it. And so men can collectively take the rights away from women, period. They just can. There's nothing that women can do about this. So egalitarianism in and of itself would just be an illusion. It would literally be a lie. You would be walking around saying that you're equal with men. You have equality with them, but at the same time necessarily having to appeal to them for that equality, which it makes it contradictory, right? How do you appeal to the thing for equality while at the same time saying that you're equal?
So you think that the fact that women have to appeal to men for their equality means that there shouldn't be an attempt at like an egalitarian society? There shouldn't.
Well, what is the attempt? It would be an illusion, right? Men can just collectively take it away, but women cannot do that to the opposition. Only men can. So men can take away men's rights, and men can take away women's rights, and men can give men rights, and men can give women rights, but women can't give men rights nor take men's rights away.
I mean, if I just think it's easier to say that our system of rights, I mean, I know that I agree with you that our rights are sort of a construct, but we do have, in practice, legal rights. I find it hard to just say that, like, well, that's all an illusion, because we're living it every day. I mean, we have legal rights. If you commit a crime, you go to jail. I mean, that is all a social construct, but we're living it. I mean...
You're talking about a descriptor of is and ought. It is true. We go through life with all sorts of kind of presuppositions and suppositions which aren't true all the time to get through the day. We do this all the time. For instance, there's no real reason for you to go in and turn your car on and think it's going to start. except that you're a pattern recognition machine and it's always started, and so you assume that it's going to start. If you had some pre-knowledge that it wouldn't, you would have taken the steps to make sure that the next day you got in and it would start, right? Everything that you do in your life as you're going through it is built on all sorts of unfounded suppositions that probably aren't true at all, but we still act as though they are in order to have a society. But eventually, what ends up happening is we do have to face down actual facts and actual reality. And in actual reality, if you end up with too much internal conflict based around this egalitarian system, what's actually going to prevent men from just taking away women's rights altogether? There doesn't seem like there's anything that would stop that from happening.
I mean, that would require like widespread, like mass violence by men against women.
Why would it require any violence?
I mean, well, okay, because if you're saying it wouldn't require violence, then you're giving some kind of like, you're admitting that this system of legality that we have has some kind of like...
No, I'm just saying that if it is true that men can, by use of force, and I think most women know this, could do this, why, if they decided to, do you think that women would, what do you think they could do about it? Take to the street with their little signs and say, please don't?
But I don't, to me that sounds like you're saying it would be an act of violence. How are men going to take away women's rights without violence?
If men collectively tomorrow say women have no more rights, what are the options left to women?
I mean, legal, political exercises.
Mm-hmm.
And in that case, you say men are stronger. They could exercise violence against women to take their rights away,
They
right?
may not need to exercise any violence. All they may need to do is just say, you no longer have the rights, and women really just can't do anything about it. They could maybe collectivize with signs, but what happens if they're just ignored or laughed at or scoffed or mocked, and they can't really take violence to men? So in political action, right, there is always what is called the violent alternative, and men can always appeal to that alternative. It's a terrible thing. I'm not advocating for that. I'm giving a descriptor for what is true. This is something which can be appealed to for men, but only for men. Women can only do small scale. So even in kind of the craziest feminists you can think of, the best they were able to do is like send some boom booms in the mail and this kind of thing. But they couldn't really push back against a structure of strength. It wasn't really possible for them to do. You see the voting gap as it begins to widen, as men become more right-wing and women more left-wing. What happens eventually if what is considered the patriarchy has been pushed against just decides one day, no more rights for women?
I think in that case there would be political opposition, and I think there would be widespread collective political opposition from women. And if you say that's futile because men can just...
Why? Where's the widespread political opposition in the Middle East, where they have no rights? They're not allowed. The thing is you presuppose that women will be allowed to go out and have picket signs, or presuppose that women can go out and protest, presuppose that women will still be able to have the same functions they have now if men collectively say no. And I'm telling you, I don't think that that's the case. Everything down from the husband inside of the home to the boyfriend inside of the home to the actual structure of government, all enforcing collectively, or even a small collection, maybe 10%, I think women can't really do anything.
I mean, I would agree they can't do anything physically, but that would require men to collectively decide to use violence against women. And I don't believe that most men would be willing to use violence against women for political means.
Then if that's true, why the hell did you need feminism?
Because I don't think that it was about violence. I think that it was about a lack of political rights, if I can use that word.
Well, then, but we've already discerned that rights are force.
Mm-hmm.
So if we've discerned that rights are force, and you say that we want more rights, it means that you want to have more force.
Sure.
So then you needed feminism, right? Feminism was a way for you to have force.
Yeah. I mean, I think that social movements like collective political action can approximate force.
Sure. But what do you
women.
need force for if you're saying that men collectively would not move against women using force, why the hell do you need force then?
I think that they would collectively move against women using force. I'm saying,
well,
like,
then you just contradicted yourself.
Well, I'm talking more in a political force sense. I don't think that men
what
in
is
general
political
would
force?
I think the use of, like, rights, things like that, like restricting rights, restricting mobility, disenfranchisement,
That's
things
all
like
force.
that. It's all backed up with force, but I don't think it always necessarily translates to a one-to-one.
It is force, because absent force, law has no bite. So if somebody says it is the law that you not do X, but there's no enforcement if you break the law, is that a law?
I mean, is enforcement always violence? Like, is
Enforcement always must be backed with physical violence for a law or for any type of right, period.
maybe backed with the threat of, but do you think that all enforcement
Well,
takes place solely through the threat of physical violence? Or do you
Yes.
think there are social
No,
mechanisms?
all of it has to be backed with the physical prowess of enforcement. Otherwise, why couldn't it just be ignored?
I mean, I think that there are things beyond the threat of physical violence that can... I agree with you that the threat of physical violence is what backs the majority of our laws, but do you not think there's also a social aspect of, like, appropriateness and, like, wanting to be perceived in a certain way, wanting to keep with norms,
If you're asking
customs?
about social norms.
Yeah.
Sure, but if there's a violation to a social norm, absent a law, that's one of the problems we have in society now, right? Which is there's no law which prevents you from moving outside of a social norm.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is the case, then nothing's preventing you. So let's say, for instance, there's no law which says that it's illegal to go out and dig up a dead body and do a dirty deed to it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You agree that there will be people who do.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. But wouldn't it be better for us to have a law and force saying if you do this, there's going to be severe punishments for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the social norm itself is not the enforcement. It's always the force.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. I guess I still am stuck on how that means that we can't have an egalitarian society. Okay. I guess I should ask.
You would have the illusion of egalitarianism, but you never actually have egalitarianism. That will always be a product of the mind and never a product of objective reality.
Okay, so is your view of feminism that it is pointless because there
Yes.
can never be egalitarianism?
Well, so you just earlier,
Mhm.
and no offense, I'm just going to point this out so that you
Okay.
know, you spoke out of two sides of your mouth. You said, I don't believe that men would collectively come together to use some kind of force against women. But when I asked why would you need feminism, then you said, well, because we need to have some kind of force to protect ourselves from the patriarchy. Well, both of these things cannot be true at the same time. This is where we come to what we call Schrodinger's feminist, which is I'm a strong, empowered woman, but also a victim at the same exact time. And it can't really be both. It has to be one or it has to be the other. So if you're a strong, empowered woman, and what it is that you want is some type of equal force to push back against the patriarchy, I think we've just discovered that that's not even a possibility. So what's really going on is you want some sort of political power, right? But you can't enforce the political power.
Well, that is, and when I say that equal force to push back against the patriarchy, I mean political power, because I don't think that men will collectively decide to use violence against women. So
they do it all over the world all the time.
Well, yes, on an individual level. I don't think collectively.
On a collective level.
Okay, so what do you think the solution to that should be for women?
Well, I think the first solution is you should understand that what you're doing is you're fighting the patriarchy by at the same time appealing to it. So if you and I can agree that force itself is political power and that force itself is always going to be monopolized by men, then you've described a patriarchal system. If that is the case and you say you want more political power, then you are actually appealing to a patriarchal system to give it to you. Because they're going to be the enforcers, right?
I can agree with that. I don't think it's good. I don't enjoy
so why
that
not
situation.
just have patriarchy? If that's the case, that you're appealing to it anyway in order to enforce your rights inside of it, why not just submit to patriarchy?
Because I mean, me personally, I would rather not. I would not like to see the outcomes from a system that works like that. I wouldn't like to see women, I guess, in general, relegated to the domestic sphere. I wouldn't like to see the levels of...
When you say the domestic sphere, what do you mean?
The home, like child rearing. Me personally, I have no problem with that. That's what I see in my future because
what could be more important than that?
For me,
no, for
nothing.
For women.
I mean, for women, I think that should be up to the individual woman.
Yeah, I understand that you think. Well, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I think that the key here is not to say that is bad, but I do think that sort of socially enforcing that is the only opportunity for women is bad, because not every woman will be fulfilled by that and will be happy in that position.
What job do you think is more important in society than being a mother?
I would agree that being a mother is the most important job.
Then how are you relegating women to the home? If the most important societal job we can give them is motherhood, how is it a demotion? How is it
even a gilded cage is a cage. Like if a woman doesn't want to do that,
well, but
that's relegation.
There's never been women are not forced to stay at home and give birth.
They've
always been able to work. They've always been able to work.
There's definitely social pressure, and they're
good. We need social pressure.
Hey, Sean, thank you for the gifted 20 memberships. Appreciate it. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. I would disagree that we need social pressure to keep... I mean, I'm sure you'll reference the decline in birth rate and decline in the birth rate? I don't really know. But I think that it's a biological impulse to have kids. I don't think people are going to stop having kids.
But they're stopping having kids.
Maybe at a slower rate.
No, at a huge rate. Like South Korea, you know what the birth rate is there?
I've heard in South Korea it's below. It's a movement.
It's below single replacement.
Yeah, and I've heard that's an intentional movement on the part of women, which, I mean, that could be an example of women exerting force.
Wait, I thought we didn't need pressure.
Pressure to make people have kids?
Because people are going to continue to reproduce, you just said, no matter what, and then you point to a political movement where they stop.
Okay, no, I'll give you that, I guess. But in that case, women are successfully exerting some kind of political pressure, political force against men. But what happens if men
in South Korea say no?
I mean, that would involve that would involve rape. I mean,
why would it involve rape?
How else could you force a woman to?
Well, they could do it through incentivization. They could just say things like, you can't work, so you have to get married if you want to survive in this world. They could do things like that, where it would be coercion, but it would not be that. We can't say that word, by the way, but SA, it would not be SA. So what I'm saying is that there's all sort of incentives which can be put down. So you appeal to a woman's biology and the fact that she wants to have children, but you also dismiss indoctrination. And there's a huge indoctrination program that tells women to have a nest egg before they get married. And so their early years, in their 20s, they're not having kids. And they wait until they're in their 30s. The average marriage age now is 31, I believe, in the United States. It's over 30. That's not really very good for child rearing. Wouldn't you agree?
No, I don't. Why is that not good?
Because your most fertile years are behind you.
But if we're still having children at replacement rates...
We're not. We're way under replacement rates. Do you think that's
because women are waiting later to have children?
Yeah. Well, it's because of materialism. So the reason that this occurs is... I'll explain it to you so that you know. If you can have the procreative function, right, and all the fun that comes with it without the side effect of children, a lot of people will opt to do that because of hedonism and because of materialism. The society is devolving into nihilism because there's no greater pursuit for people to have. Religiosity is bashed at every corner. God is considered to be something which is an outlandish fairy tale, and there's no higher authority for people, so materialist nihilism is what society's being reduced to. So people are looking at a sense of self more than they're looking at an extension of family.
I guess I'm curious about a couple things. Where is the proof that this is happening and that there is this big information campaign to keep women from having children in their 20s? And also, where is it coming from?
Well,
and
all the
why?
original feminists who are on the suffragette side, if you go back and you read their writings, and you can find them in a great book called Occult Feminism, they express over and over again that the nuclear family is the most dangerous part of women's liberation because it breeds a patriarchal system. And so that is what they were pushing against, was a nuclear family. They did not like that at all. So that's proof one. Proof two is that I can go back to the 90s when the United States was really pushing student loans, especially towards women, and in the 2000s towards women. And you saw the expression of feminism in what would be considered, I think, third wave at that time, telling women to wait until later in life until they had something to fall back on because their husbands were going to leave them.
It does happen.
Well, the husbands aren't initiating the divorces. The wives are initiating the divorces.
Women do absolutely initiate divorce, but do you think that there's no fault in those instances? Do you think men were completely innocent?
Well, it's good that you bring up no fault.
I'm talking about no fault divorce.
Right, because no, of course there's going to be times where men are at fault for the relationship dissolving. But when we look, I mean, we can look at these on a case-by-case basis, and we do. So we have all sorts of attorneys and judges and, polling groups who talk to these various divorced couples who they track and who they get remarried to. And the number one reason that they're getting married or divorced is irreconcilable differences. And oftentimes there's no abuse, there's no drug use, there's no abandonment, there's no nothing. She just doesn't like him anymore and decides to move on to somebody else. So when we look at the data, that's what we're seeing. What we're not seeing is that men are out, rampantly cheating or beating up their wives or doing any of this. And the reason it's so terrible that they initiate divorce for self is because most of the time they have children in these relationships. And it does huge damage to the kids. And so this is what I mean by selfish materialism.
I mean, I guess I still fail to see the proof that there is an orchestrated campaign of nihilism and of, because I mean there's been the word nihilism wasn't invented in the last 10 years. I guess I'm curious why you think this is a brand new thing.
Well, so it's a fruition of it is true old philosophy, but it is a fruition of it now. You do see a rejection of God all over the United States and a push from the secularists to remove God from any sort of public sphere. You would have to agree that that's true. They want every symbol out of court. They want God off the dollar bill. They want God out of schools. Any place that there is any reference to God there is a secular push.
I'm probably not the person to ask. I really haven't seen this happening, but I'm
you
not going to.
You haven't seen that happening?
I have not seen this happening. I think
you haven't seen the endless demands to tear down the 10 Commandments from various courthouses.
That's one
really?
Thing that I really do think is that I think a lot of this stuff is happening more on the internet than it's happening in real life.
This is happening in real life.
I think that these culture war debates are really happening more in people's heads than they are in real life. Because
they put a statue of Baphomet up in San Francisco, a satanic state. That was not on the internet. That was in real life. They put a Baphomet statue up. And all over the United States, Satanists will do this as a mockery to Christianity, and endlessly secularists demand that the 10 Commandments be taken down in courtrooms, that religious symbolism be rejected all over the United States. This is not an internet phenomenon.
I think the internet phenomenon is the interpretation of it, because Satanists, I do not actually believe in Satan. I think
they don't.
Exactly.
They're secularists.
Yeah.
That makes my point, though.
But
if you guys don't mind, I will bring it back to the topic at hand.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So,
we've kind of...
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Why don't we do this? So how do you guys what's your definition of feminism? And we'll start with you.
Well, I think we agreed on the definition that feminism is to promote the equality of men and women.
And that the entailment of that is a destruction of patriarchal systems.
Sure, yeah.
And you do consider yourself a feminist, correct?
I do.
Okay. And you mentioned the patriarchy. One of the tenets, at least my understanding of feminism, is the patriarchy theory. There's a patriarchy. Do you agree with that there is a patriarchy?
Yeah, she agrees.
Yes.
Yeah. And so can you give us a definition of what the patriarchy is?
in my understanding,
And then Andrew, you provide one too.
I think that the patriarchy colloquially describes like a male-dominated culture, male-dominated systems. I think like technically it's just like patrilineal descent.
Yeah. The father. Yeah.
But I think that, I would say male-dominated culture, male-dominated systems. I think it's just kind of used to describe, the ways that men have been in power and wield that over women.
Ordered systems where men are in charge.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Andrew?
Sure.
And under the patriarchy, I mean, do you view that women are oppressed?
I think absolutely globally. I don't know how much I feel that applies in the United States today, but globally, absolutely.
And Andrew, do you think that women are oppressed in the United States?
It depends on what we would consider oppression to be.
Right. Well, let's start there. How do you define oppression?
I would say probably the unjust like wielding of power by one group over another to prevent them from acting in their free will.
I'm sorry I have to do this, but I do have to get a little bit into your presupposition there. What is justice?
I mean that's a philosophical debate.
Well, but you're appealing to it.
Yeah, I would say that justice is at its very like core definition probably just closer to the definition of equality, like equal treatment.
So anything which is unequal is oppression.
Depends on what you mean by unequal, I guess. Like if two people
you believe that egalitarianism
perform unequally, like on a test, like no, I don't think that would be oppression.
So then, what is justice?
Honestly, I don't think I have a good definition for justice in the. I'm curious what your definition of justice is.
Well, for me, I would make an appeal to Christian ethics in order to make a determination of what is or is not just. But in your case, right, you don't have anything that you can appeal to, do you? You just appeal to what? Nothing?
No, but I mean, don't you think that's kind of a cop-out that you can say, oh, well, God told me what justice is. It's Christian ethics. But you can't...
How could you ever say that my justification's not good enough for you who has no justification?
That is fair, if you're talking about me directly.
For all of it will reduce to essentially relativism from your end. Absent any type of religion, it's going to be relativism. There is no moral standard you're going to be able to appeal to.
I think that's true.
Okay, go ahead and try to appeal to a standard that's not relativism.
Like a moral standard, I think minimizing harm.
That's relative. What's harm?
Well, I would take more thought. But I mean, what is the Christian moral standard?
Well, the Christian moral standard is divine command, and this is based on the understanding that knowledge itself cannot exist absent God. It's an X to Y argument. So it would say that the argument, it would be...
Rose donated $200. Brian, this layout is awesome. These would be great to consider having more of with you mediating/asking questions between two guests.
Thank you, Rose. Yes, I want to do more of these whatever debate formats. We've done a few in the past. And thank you, Rose. Appreciate the TTS. Continue.
Okay. So in any case, regardless of what I would appeal to, even if I said I appeal to a flying spaghetti monster in the sky, I really don't have to justify that if there's no justification on your end for what is a moral standard. I don't have to justify mine then either. Why would I need to? If we're both just in relativism, then anything that I assert as being correct is just as valid as anything you assert as being correct.
Okay, but I mean, so would you agree that what I'm asserting, anything I can assert can be just as correct as what you're asserting?
If it's absent a justification, there just wouldn't be a reason for me to justify. So then what I would need to do then is appeal to force. And so if I were to make an appeal to force, we've already established that we have the monopoly on force, and you can't make a moral argument because you're a relativist. Where are we left?
I mean, so do you discount any secular...
Hang on. Answer my question.
Sorry. Ask the question again.
Where are you left if you're a relativist? You can only appeal to relativism. My worldview has to be just as valid as yours. So then, therefore, we both appeal to physical force. What else could we ever appeal to?
Honestly, I am not totally sure how we get from there to appealing to physical force.
Because what else could you appeal to other than just an enforcement to your preferences?
Appeal to for what? For like a justification
any ought. Every ought would just become force. You would just say the things I want to see different in the world are because I want to see them different in the world. And then that would require force. So relativism will reduce to a force doctrine.
But I'm curious why Christian ethics wouldn't also reduce to a force doctrine.
Well, the Christian ethic can make a determination between an is and an ought. So we would make the ought claim that you should not utilize force for what we would consider oppression, which is hardly patriarchy. That's not oppressive. But yeah, we would make a justified moral claim. And that's how we would move forward in a moral conversation or in not. But from your case, it's total and complete relativism. And you know it's relativism. Whatever worldview you come up with, absent religion, is going to reduce to relativism. And so we're just going to be right back to force again.
I mean, what if God isn't real?
Then
do you think that has any effect on...
same justification you do to appeal to force.
So could I not make up my own thing that tells me what is right and wrong, and I can lead back to that? It won't be relativism because I have this thing. That would be relativism,
yeah.
I'm curious how that's different from saying that it comes from God.
Because there's philosophical proofs for God. If there's no philosophical proofs that you could present for whatever your flying spaghetti monster is, then we would reject it.
I don't know if we want to get... I'm actually curious what the philosophical proofs that God exists would be. Well, or you mean philosophical proof that...
Before we get into...
Yeah, that might be a little...
Yeah, before we would get into a philosophical proof, though, just remember, I don't have to justify one because you don't have to justify one. So there's no... In other words, coming to me and asking me, can you make a justification for a thing which I can't justify? Why would I need to do that? We would just assume immediately that you disbelieve whatever my justification would be, right? Because you don't hold it, right? So you don't believe it. So if that's the case, we're still going to be reduced to just appealing to force again.
Okay, well then that puts us on equal footing with our
If
ethics.
It puts us on equal footing with our ethics, and both of us are appealing to force, then ultimately, if men decide to utilize force in order, and they have the monopoly on force, you can't make a single moral argument for why that would be wrong.
So you disagree that patriarchy is oppression?
Yeah, okay, but hang on, before we move the goalpost.
No, that was a question.
And I'll answer the question, but I asked you one first.
Mm-hmm.
And the question I asked was, if it is true that we've reduced it all to relativism, if it is true that all we can do now is appeal to force, and if it is true that men have the monopoly on force, then if men used their force monopoly to oppress women, you couldn't make a single moral argument against that, could you?
I bet those glasses make you see better.